Most women will do anything for your attention, so you must learn to manage it. As a high-value man, your attention is far too valuable to be thrown all over a woman like confetti. You must understand that from when they were little girls, many women were treated like royalty. They were showered with undeserved attention and made to believe that their beauty alone can get them anything they desire. Now, imagine how they must feel when the one guy, who is a high-value man, doesn't pay them any mind. Their ego crumbles, and the dynamic of the game changes. They become the chaser. This is what you want as a man. And don't think your ability to ignore a woman has anything to do with money and looks. You only need to watch this video to know why high-value men ignore women. She's playing games. For an egotistic woman, the world is simply a chessboard on which she believes she is both king and queen. She wants to have all the power and attention. The moment you give them to her freely, you become a pawn in her game, something dispensable. She begins to feel she can use and toss you about as she pleases, as she does with all the other effeminate simps. Unacceptable. When you meet this attention-seeking time waster, do not throw your time and attention at her. When you do this, you present yourself as a carpet and invite her to walk all over you. She needs to earn her time with you by adding value to your life, not for simply existing or being attractive. These are qualities that require no work for her to earn, and you should never reward her for them. There's also a chance that she may be playing games with you. Sometimes, women may come off as nice with a pleasant demeanor. However, don't be fooled. In reality, she has no real intention of hanging out with you or potentially dating you. However, she is simply stringing you along because she likes the attention she is receiving. This situation is tricky because she is not behaving badly or disrespecting you. It is deceptively subtle, and you need to be able to differentiate between genuine interest from feigned interest just for your free attention. Many men stall around women who have no interest in them, waiting for the woman to open the door of romance. And when this never happens, or she starts dating another man whom she has genuine interest in, they become frustrated. Don't be a simp. Be a strong, masculine man with a clear view of what he wants. If she's your type, don't look around like a beta male orbiter. Pathetic. If she's an attention-seeking time waster, do not tolerate it and meander around wasting your own precious time. Straighten your spine and pursue what you want from the relationship. If you want her, let her know in the clearest terms, and, as a man, you do this through your actions. This way, you know if you're wanted or not. You can't let the fear of rejection cripple you. Only those who have settled to exist in mediocrity let the fear of rejection deny them of life's joys. Rejection is a part of life that masculine men must readily endure. What if she doesn't want you? Who cares? Move on to the next. Everything will be okay, and it is ultimately her loss. You're a high-value man, and as long as you keep your self-worth intact, you will find multitudes of other women. She behaves poorly. If she behaves badly or is disrespectful in any way, ignore her. She's not worth the time of a high-value man. Some women's attitudes are just straight up rotten. They have no regard for men, and their toxicity can negatively affect a man. Some are even intentionally impossible. They are obviously out to wreak havoc on your life, emotions, and mental health. And because you're too busy pursuing your goals, you must not entertain her deranged behavior. Some women start out as doves, only to become devil's angels. Why? One reason might be that whatever she was getting from you is no longer available. This could be anything, from your attention to your money or the influence of your status. Or perhaps she was putting up a facade to finesse her way into your life. Whatever the case, don't be fooled or suckered. Many modern women are gold diggers, only in it for money, status, and what you can provide them. As a high-value man, you must always be cautious and observant and do your due diligence vetting a woman. In time, she will reveal her intentions, and her true toxic nature will expose itself. But when she shows you her true colors, you know what to do. Ignore her. Another reason a lady might suddenly exhibit unacceptable characteristics might be your change in focus. If she met you as a man yet to unlock his true potential, sometimes she will want you to remain on the same level, where you never truly become the high-value man you are meant to be. But when you awaken to the possibilities within you and she falls down the list on your priority table, she will hate you. She will despise you for taking away her oxygen, that attention she lives on, and the control she exerted over you. And when she does, just ignore her and move on. A woman can also be simply toxic for no observable reason. She might have developed her distasteful personality due to her upbringing or personal choices. And remember this, never try to fix a broken woman. Don't walk soberly into a landmine. A woman with an undesirable character is a recipe for disaster. This is the one that you most especially must ignore. You don't need toxic vibes in your life. Whatever the situation or reason, as a high-value man, you should never tolerate bad behavior under any circumstances. You are living an abundant life. Sometimes high-value men do not intentionally ignore women. They are simply too busy living a fulfilling and abundant lifestyle. As a high-value man, you should be loving the life you have created for yourself. Ignoring a woman could simply be a byproduct of your busy and successful life. Ignoring a woman is not a simp's tactic. You don't just pretend to be busy and fring being a high-value man. When you do this, you won't just be pretending to ignore women. You'll be faking the funk and pretending to be high value. Disgraceful. Don't ever fake it. Instead, focus on your purpose and your potential for success. When simps do it, it's a projection of their low self-esteem and a pathetic attempt to prove their worth, that they are high value, when in reality, they're not. A man of high value is always genuinely busy and doesn't need to pretend to be or fake anything. When your efforts bear fruits, there's a tendency to get caught up in your success. Yes, you have earned it, and you should enjoy it, but be smart about it. Your victory hour is not the time to surround yourself with bloodsuckers who want to revel in the product of your hard work. Ignore those unworthy of your time, and when you find a woman, ensure she recognizes your worth and respects you for who you are as a man. You don't want to introduce a problematic woman into your life while you're thriving. You've achieved your goals because you've ignored many like her. So, if you must, continue ignoring women until you find the right fit. You need substance, not fluff. You have a value-based mindset. As a high-value man, you know you are him. You know what you bring to the table. Hold yourself in high regard and ignore women who don't see or treat you according to your value. Some women are in the habit of treating men like trash. They put all men in the same box, regardless of size or status. They're in the business of cutting men down to breed subservient worshipers. But you don't have time for them. You have places to be, things to do, and a wonderful life to live. If you're a high-value man, you should be moving mountains and only give your time to a woman deserving of it. The saying, "know thyself," can't be overemphasized. The knowledge of yourself is crucial to measuring your self-worth. And when you know who you are, you know the kind of woman you need in your life. You have a duty to yourself to be unimpressed with a woman who is too foolish and blind to see your greatness. You do not need her. Any woman will be lucky to have you in their life. You're a high-value man, so treat yourself accordingly. You're purpose-oriented. High-value men do not chase women. Instead, they chase their purpose and goals. They are too busy putting their valuable time and energy into their next goal and venture. They always have something to tick off their to-do list, so their time and attention are precious. Your time and attention are your most valuable resources. This is why people talk about spending time and paying attention. The time you spend on a concept determines the quality of your results. The amount of attention you pay to an idea is the difference between failure and success, or mediocrity and perfection. So you can't waste your time and attention on an unworthy woman. You should be married to your purpose. You need all your time and attention to work on your mental, spiritual, and physical growth. This is how you secure your happiness, not by chasing women while your purpose suffers. Purpose-driven men naturally ignore women because they have their sights set on their next accomplishment and next level up in life. Their upward mobility and their well-being are what matters to them. Empty relationships that can collapse their empires do not sway them. This is why you must learn to ignore undeserving women. You have no business with relationships that do not support your life or purpose. A high-value man doesn't squander his attention on a woman as simps do. He takes control of his life and spends his time and attention on his goals. He effortlessly ignores unworthy women, not as a weak tactic to feign high value, but because he genuinely has better things to give his attention and efforts to as a high-value masculine man.